I found gold panning, it's about volume. The more material you work, the more gold you're likely to get. And in this case, I pan fast, wash the material out of the way, and I keep a second pan to dump it in. Both of those steps save time. And that time allows me to work more pans and more material and in the end find more gold. Now I do lose a little bit of gold as I pan faster. You may have seen how fast I worked it down. If I weren't on film, I'd have done the pan about 2 to 3 times as fast as that. And because of that, I do lose gold. Most of it settles in the bottom, but not all of it. I probably lose 10 to 20% of the gold by panning that way. But by panning that fast, I'm also able to pan 3 or 4 or 5 times more material than if I really slow down to keep the gold. And in the end, I probably end up with 200 or 300% more gold than your average, little bit slower gold pan. I'm going to go grab another pan and do it again. If you watch, I'm going to do this fast and furious. I'm not going to do much talking. Just watch how fast I can take this down. And don't forget, make sure it's wet, nice and wet, evenly all throughout before you start. Really work that material up. Flattener. Push that gold to the bottom of the pan. Bring it forward. I pour the water off just to settle it. And then I start just rolling those rocks out. Bring it back, flatten it. Okay, washed it off. There's a big rock. It's going to obstruct the flow. I'm going to change it, get rid of it. Flatten it out again. Alright, I just washed through that entire pan. Yeah, this one has one little flake of gold in it. I'm sure you can't see it on there. Now, just the one pan. I'm going to dump it back in my pan, wash out the ripples, make sure everything's out, put it back, and do it again. Okay, get her wet, flatten her out, get the gold on the bottom, pull out these rocks that are way too big. I'll tip it on an angle, get the gold in the front. I'm doing little circles, you can do side to side or front to back, whatever you want. Roll those big rocks out. Okay, and I'm just dunking her to wash the stuff off the top. That pan's done. Take some water up in the riffles. Wash everything in the bottom of the pan. Now we can go through it and see if there's any gold. Alright, and there's another little flake. Tell you what, if I can keep that little flake in there, panning that fast, anything bigger is going to be in there too. I'm not worried about losing too much. The gold's there. And that's how you pan fast. Once again, I can take this over, dump it in my finished pan with everything else, make sure everything's clean. Now all my gold's in here now. I think I've got 3 or 4 pans material here. I'm going to put a catch pan under it just in case I lose something. In case anything happens, I drop something, I get stung by a bee, who knows what. So work all your material, these are your concentrates, right into the front of the pan again. Start washing it, don't take too long. Okay, I've got her down about half. I'm going to roll over. We've got these little small riffles on here, finish riffles, and I'll run them across that. I can take this down to just about nothing now. We've got maybe a tablespoon of material. It's all the fines. There's a little bit of black sand in there. A lot of white quartz. and there's your gold. There's our big flake, about a half a dozen little small ones. You practice this